Cool. Wait a minute. Where's my fucking tracking? Hold on. Hold on, guys. Oh my god, I'm freezing again. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me fix that. Hold on, imps. While I'm freezing over here. Cool, comrades. How are you doing? As for me, if you ask me, I've been sitting here since 3 p.m. doing my taxes. Well, not really my taxes, but like I've been calculating my business expenses. My god. So that I can give it to my accountant, and then my accountant can calculate my income tax and all that shit for me. Wait, I'm back. Wait a minute. Hey! Hey! I'm stuck. Okay, wait. Okay, now I'm a normal. Hello, imps. How you doing? Yeah, oh my god. The deadline is March 15th, so I have to like wrap it up, you know? I have to wrap it up real soon. All the comrade Soviets are here to witness Japanese comrade watching this masterpiece. So Mana, do you need some info regarding it before you start? Yeah, hold on. Let's chat first and then I will ask later. An early stream. This is not. Wait, it's always been 9 o'clock though, for me. I mean, for the past 3 weeks or 2 weeks, is it? I've been streaming about the same time so that it's a lot easier to remember for everyone. Studying for an exam. What do you study, Silver Dust? Launch Nikki, quick! Turn your PC into a space heater. March 15th, yeah. That's in a month, just leave it for November. No! Hell no! I ain't doing shit in the last minute, because March is gonna be really, it's gonna be really, busy, because it's the end of the fiscal year, you know? So, why would I wait until the end of the fiscal year when everything is, like, crashing? I said hello like Larry, soloing Pixie, folk from the Ace Combat Zero. Yo, buddy's still alive, okay. I'm good, Kamisato. Can't believe I missed yesterday's stream because of university. It's okay, Kazuha. Well, we're already in agreement that we're gonna be heading for a recession anyway. We're just, you know, it's just a matter of when it's gonna hit rock bottom, you know? Wait, hold on. Do you do your taxes in Japan a month in advance? What do you mean? I'm doing my taxes for 2024, right? So I'm filing my taxes for my income, like my income tax return from 2024 this year. So yeah. It's like that, right? Some people do it. Some people do it in advance. I want to do it in advance because I don't want to wait until like, you know, the last minute and my accountant finds something like an error or whatever, and I have to like do it again and I have to cram. Hell the fuck nah. I'm gonna do it a month in advance. I think I'm gonna finish it this weekend because damn, I need to finish everything, you know? I gotta finish my taxes. March comes in like a lion. That's the name of a month. Ah, yeah. Okay. I think I've heard about that. I haven't seen it though. Oh, you didn't? Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could do it on the months, on the deadline, but like, why would I do that when it's, you know, really like very dangerous to do that. To do everything last minute. Hell no. Especially not taxes. Yeah. It's unnecessary stress. Like I'd rather be early than, you know, I'd rather be like struggling now than I'd be struggling for like, you know, staying up late. I'd rather be like struggling in an afternoon rather than struggling in the middle of the night to like just calculate my business expenses. That's crazy. Exactly. I would rather not. Okay, anyway, imps. Okay, Comrade Mark, would you give me information about today's cartoon? Cause I'm excited to watch it. Cause it's my first ever Soviet cartoon. So I'm gonna be really I'm pumped. Short thing, tovarish. Treasure Island originally is a novel by Robert Louis Stevenson. Thus, all starts in Britain and all characters are British in it. In USSR, it was considered an example of good teenage literature in adventure genre. Yes. In USSR, books by foreign writers like Mark Twain, Lewis Carroll, Conan Doyle were famous and beloved. Oh, the classics. A brilliant adaptation was made by genius team from Kiev Naush Film. Kiev Science Film. It's Ukraine. Oh, so Ukrainians and Russians argue over that. Both are wrong, as it was made by Soviet people. That is true, yeah. Speaking of which, I've been seeing a lot of Ukrainians deny that they're Slavic. Am I crazy, or are Ukrainians Slavic people? Like, wait, they say that someone, like, I saw a post about like a Ukrainian lady like trying she said that she's gonna quit modeling because she's not cut out for that life, like, and someone posted about it, whatever. And then some people were like, oh, okay, so like she has like because the original poster described her as like a Slavic beauty, right? And then the Ukrainians were like, you can clearly see she's Ukrainian. She's not Slavic. She's Ukrainian. So I'm like, what? What? So I was like, wait, am I getting my terms wrong? Because from what I know, Ukrainians are Slavic people, right? And a lot of Ukrainians were like, no, like when you say Slavs, it's referring to Russians. So I was like, what? Wait, aren't you Slavic though? Because like, what? You're in the USSR. Like, why would you? Wait, what? So I was like, what is going on? Russians are Slavs. Russians and Ukrainians originally are the same folk. They say they are not Slavic, but they say they're not Slavic. Blue screen. Yeah. There were so many angry Ukrainians that saying, "Oh, we're not Slavs. We are Ukrainians." So, what is going on there? Can you tell me why they're doing that? What's the context here? Like, is it just purely because they don't like to be associated with Russians? They're Slavic, but they hate that because of the war. Also, Polish. Yeah, you're right. Polish people are Slavic too. Even if they're a different kind of Slavic. Yeah, but they're like the whole, like... Okay, anyway. Probably just trying to distance themselves from Russia like this. Ah, they see themselves as honorary Aryans, probably. Oh my god! The legacy of Stepan Bandera lives on, huh? How are you affiliated with so-called Georgia? No, I'm not affiliated with them. A lot of them just followed me because they found me. They found me on VK, and I guess that's where it started. But I'm not really like affiliated with them politically. Like a lot of their followers follow me, but like I'm not in any way like politically affiliated because I'm not like I'm not joining them. Those are not all Ukrainians. Those are just idiots. Normal Ukrainians with brains won't deny the obvious fact. Ah, okay. Maybe what I saw are NAFOs. You know the NAFO motherfuckers, the ones that have been harassing me for 2 years ever since. No, naturally. Yeah. Ever since 2022, when I was like, no, I'm not gonna demonize my entire Russian fan base. The fuck are you talking about? And then they're like, oh, Russians are demons. Russians are bad. All of them are bad. And I'm like, fuck off. Like, not all of them agree with Putin, you motherfuckers. Stupid motherfuckers. And then they've been harassing me ever since. Because they're stupid as fuck. So what is their name? NAFO. I forgot their they're called a North Atlantic Fella or Organization. They're stupid. They're dumb. They have like a single brain cell. Joe Jack spectating site says otherwise. What do you mean? What the fuck do you... Is Joe Jack spectating site says otherwise. Otherwise what? What is otherwise? NAFO's crying because their USAID money got cut off. Yeah, USAID money got cut off. I mean, Western Twitter is full of NAFOs. That is true. That I'm affiliated! I'm not sure how you guys understand English, but like in English, affiliation means like we are politically affiliated. Like we are like in the same org. Like I don't know. Like I'm not an org. What do you mean? They follow, like a lot of their people follow me. I think that's it, you know? So I don't know how. They just started following me on VK. And I'm like, yo, welcome. Let's go. That's it. That's pretty much it. I don't know how you define affiliation. Oh, okay. That was the joke. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, then I guess if that's your definition of affiliation, then I guess was summoned by rebel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've seen that one. It's a joke, man. It's a fucking joke. It's a meme. Anyway. Yes, Slavs are owned not only Russian, Ukrainians, and Belarus exclusively. It's also Poles, many Balkan countries, Czechs, and many other Eastern Europeans. Right? So I'm not insane for like thinking that, yeah, of course not. The fuck? You're all like Slavs though. No, the hell? You know? Let's see. Unfortunately, today, the Ukrainian government is cutting itself from everything Soviet, even from its past. Well, that's a shame. There are East and West South Slavs. There are East, West, and South Slavs. East are Russians, Ukrainians, and Belarus. West Slavs, Polish, Slovaks. South, basically, all Balkans. Russia also, though, when it's convenient. I'm late for Jojak slander. I don't know. It's probably quicker to name the non-Slav Eastern European countries. Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the movie. The movie. Are we ready, imps? 20 minutes in, and I'm glad that nobody's arguing in the chat yet. Nice. It's like Koreans are originally Chinese who came to live on the peninsula, and Japanese are Koreans who swam to live on an archipelago. Basically, Japanese, Koreans, and Chinese were the same way back in history, yeah. The term Slavic comes from the medieval Latin word Slavus, which refers to the people who lived in a region that is now known as Slavic countries. The region was once a source of slaves for other parts of Europe. Ah. Just in time for watch. Let's go, Sneaky. Pirates on board. Yes, there is a translated version that dropped the song live action. Glad you got the right one with them. Yeah, okay. Yes, this one. Let me just move my shit. Hold on. Okay. Why is it one to? No. It's. I'm gonna. I put it back because it was playing when I was like just setting up. Low-key old Russian movies and cartoons are amazing. All right, let's go. Wait, why is my fucking Reaper turning on? The fact that they're not in fact married. Jim is such a kind boy. His inn has become a pirate den with pirates walking in and out every day. He keeps his manners and behaves around them. Yeah. I love this movie. It was late 90s. We're standing with my parents in line in a shop, and a guy in front of us is buying a lot of vodka. And here I am, little pipsqueak, looking at him and saying the line, the words rum and death should mean the same to you. Oh. Hello, I just got home. What did I miss? The first 18 minutes of the movie. I'm just waiting for the time when it will say married. I know, right? These words, rum and death, mean the same thing to you. That blind guy is a very scary man, rivaled in a pirate gang only by Flint himself and one other guy. But since Flint is dead, hold on, I need some food. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be right back, imps. What did I miss? All right, where's that? Let's see what do you guys have been doing? Also, welcome, first shatters. Women are bad luck on ship. What? Guy who wants his femboy harem. It's true Giga Chad movie about the true Giga Chad characters. Why should they be married? If you think about it, pirates are kind of gay. Yeah. They just want to be surrounded by shirtless men for a month on a ship. Okay. They were the idols of their time. Yeah. And they're the first who thought of retirement funds. Whoa, really? Yes. I'm sleeping with one eye open. Pirates used to free a lot of slaves. They were leftist in so many aspects. I guess like they're lumpen and also like progressive. I never thought about, but yeah, it makes sense now. Those shirtless guys probably be sweaty all the time too. Okay. What can't stand imagining a bunch of burly, salty seamen pulling ropes and working hard? Yeah. I'm married because he's a good boy and there was no sex in the Soviet Union. Yeah. There's a whole lot of snow in the snowplow though. Oh my god, damn. I hope they plow the snow away from your driveway though. Take care, Comfy. He's too young for marriage, okay. Why is he Why is he built like a paintbrush? You're right. He looks like a paintbrush. I thought women had better sex under socialism. That is also true. Both are real. Kollontai said the opposite. There's no sex in the USSR, only love. Yeah, we're all communists here, so we're Torah is memeing. And that was about no sex on TV program. No, reminds me of the Japanese, like, I don't know, like a Japanese learning exercise. Like, I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. It's about the same thing. Oh my god, what the fuck? Let me just interlude because I want to show you this.
Call an ambulance, please.
Okay, hold on. Where does it hurt?
My stomach. ちゃんと痛いけど痛い。
救急車を呼んでもらったからといって安心はできません。しっかりと自分の状態を相手に伝えましょう。
I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Yes.
私はひどい下痢です。
I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Right? See? I have a bad case of diarrhea. 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 I have a bad case of
肩に手を乗
diarrhea.
せ I have クロスして A bad case お腹をさすって of diarrhea ジェスチャーゲームの要領です。感情を込めてやってみましょう。
I have a bad case of diarrhea. 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 Yeah, that's it. And then I actually did a metal song. A metal cover of it. So, have you heard? Have you heard it? Oh shit. Not this one. But I did something. And wouldn't you know, I have it here. I did a lot of shit. And I almost forgot that I did it. This one.
Call an ambulance, please.
This is
Okay.
my
hold
cover.
on. Where
I have a
does it
cover
hurt?
of this.
My stomach.
I do.
あ
Listen, listen.
ちゃんと痛いけど痛い。
救急車を呼んでもらったからといって安心はできません。しっかりと自分の状態を相手に伝えましょう。
I have a bad case of diarrhea.
私はひどい下痢です。
I have a bad case
But
of diarrhea.
I have a metal version.
I have a bad
So,
case
you know.
of diarrhea.
Okay, that's it.
This song is dedicated to the doo-doo pants and F.
Wait, what did I say? Oh, this song is dedicated to the doo-doo pants imp. I was reading a mallow about an imp who shit his pants when he was a kid. And that was his confession. We were doing like a confession, like, oh, what are your childhood stories? And then everybody trauma dumped in that shit. So that was fun. There was a kid that was like, there was an imp that was like trapped in like a manhole for like a day. And his parents didn't even look for him until like, I don't know, after 24 hours. So there were lots of traumatizing childhood stories in that mallow reading. But anyway, let's go. That was an interlude, okay? You should title it as I have a baddest case of diarrhea. The specter of communism brought me here this morning. I finally understand why. You found your new ringtone? Okay, yeah, it's for free. You can just download it from YouTube. Just got in. Why is it so crazy? It's crazy today because I am crazy every day, okay? This is how you're supposed to say it. Doo-doo pants. Yes. What? You're also a doo-doo pants gang? Is this high effort shit? But I guess, like, I really, like, you know, I was shit posting a lot, okay? Audio of me in the toilet day. Yes, you have a bad case of diarrhea. Even if my brain just erased this. No, don't erase it. Remember it forever. So yeah, this cartoon is beside all the other instances of the brilliance that was an amazing piece of Soviet healthy lifestyle agenda. In Soviet Union, kids and young people were heavily encouraged to engage in sports. Yeah, that's why they're always sick and fucking... Oh, they're sick with alcohol. The one true grindcore. Yes, it was. Interlude to the interlude. Yes. You want a banana merch? Wait, I have a... What kind of banana? I have a banana sticker when I drop my merch. In communism, people have a bad case of diarrhea. Yes, there we go. Let's go. That's why we love mana. Me, when my roommate is taking way too long. Like that Scottish character from The Simpsons. What's his name again? Always angry. Yeah, Scotsman. Yeah, Willie. Yeah, why does he look like him? They were tight. They were on tight budget, and the deadline was really close. So part two has some compromises. Vitaver and Island. This is good reason to watch. Let's go. If you if you live see walk to your boss, he'll give you a raise. They're gonna be directed by the booty jiggle. Yeah. He has childbearing hips. Sort of random. I'm trying to remember a bit of Russian wordplay. I think it involved honey. Is there a well-known joke that sounds like Daragoy, Daragaya? Is that a thing? My name is Ben Gunn. Why does he have such a really NPC name? Ben. His name is Ben. But he looks like an MC, you know? He looks like a main character. My internet is doing it again. Curse you! Did he mean where did he go? He told him himself that Ben Gunn wanted to meet him. It's something authors overlooked. He just does his morning exercises. That's how you know he's a scoundrel. Yeah, he's named Israel. I don't know about other Russians, but honestly, I love when foreign people watch something Russian, listen something Russian, and anyhow else interact with our culture. Yeah, I mean it's really fun. Actually, I'm having fun. More from Soviet or more modern Russian. I can recommend some modern stuff if you want. I'll be watching a lot of Soviet first. I mean, I want to, because it's my first time, like, you know, touching on Soviet film and Soviet cartoons. I'm gonna be watching Soviet stuff first, and then maybe I will branch into other, like, other communist film era, other countries, and then after that maybe modern, you know. But I really want to watch as many Soviet films as I can. And next week I will be watching Solaris. So be healthy, be good, fuck capitalism, the peak propaganda people don't talk about enough. That's true. I don't know if you've been recommended to watch it yet, but if you're looking for a great Soviet sci-fi soon, I highly recommend The Mystery of the Third Planet. It's also classic. Yeah, okay, yes. I've been recommended that. So I want to watch Solaris, and then I'm going to alternate from now on I'm going to alternate like Soviet film and then cartoon, Soviet film, cartoon every week. The slavery and the grape and the cruelty and the loot. Yeah, exactly. We can blame Columbus for that. Columbus is a very bad person. Let's not like mince words here. Let's not be apologists of colonizers. Can we just drop it? Like if you admire Columbus, can you just keep it to yourself? The fuck? Fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck them all. Yes. And so fuck them all. Fuck the colonizers. The fuck do you mean? I don't give a fuck if it's like 500 years ago, dog. Fuck them all. Fuck the colonizer. Fuck imperialism, okay? Fuck that shit. Don't even try to make apologia for that shit here. Let's drop it. Please drop it. Fuck that. Fuck all of them. That's genuinely making me so mad. I don't think that reasoning works. With the same logic, we shouldn't judge Mussolini for ruling my country because back then there's fascism. Yeah, exactly. It's the same way. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't demonize the Nazis because back then it was normal in Nazi Germany. No, that logic. You're a scientist. You should know better than this. No. And also, colonization did so, like, my God, all the genocides that happened because of these motherfuckers. Hell the fuck no. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm genuinely so angry right now. Thanks for the funny movie. What was the USSR cooking with those I know, right? Man, dog, like the what do you call this? The sound design is crazy, you know? The spirit of Lenin was speaking through the people at Kiev Nash film. Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying you're a colonizer's enjoyer, bro. Just yeah, and it's not like that. But like your logic is flawed, you know? I'm pretty sure the African kingdom of Mali beat him there too, yeah. Colonizers, the result of capitalism. Not fuck colonialism, fuck capital. No, that's... primitive accumulation, hello, excuse me? Have you read Marx? Read Marx! Columbus is not just a horrible person. He's a sore loser. Yeah, but he's especially a cruel person. Should we also just like not condemn what's his face? What's his face? The Nazi doctor? So should we also not condemn the angel of death? Because at the time, it was normal to be a Nazi, you know? Oh, no. No, the Nazis. Oh, my God. They were, like, the products of their time. No. Fuck that. Let's not do that. Because these motherfuckers are committed crimes against humanity. Like, it would be different if it was your grandmother, like, you know, thinking that women belong in the kitchen and shit like that. Like that, because that's just, like, an ideology, an idea and stuff. Like everybody was kind of misogynist back then, you know, because they didn't understand feminism and shit like that. But these motherfuckers are criminals. They murdered and committed genocide. Let's not do this, okay? It's different, you know, like if it's your grandpa who was just like, you know, whatever, like kind of xenophobic. Yeah, it's your grandpa shitty, but like he didn't commit any crimes. But Columbus and Ferdinand Magellan and all the other motherfuckers, all the other expedition colonizers, they are very cruel and they participated in genocide. So no. They're in a different category. And also, yes, your grandpa deserved it. The time people recognize Columbus as... Yeah, exactly. I think even the queen, the royals at the time were like, what the fuck is this guy? You know? Even they were like, ew, brother, ew, you know? Soviets, because of them sick beats, yeah. Product of their time, my comrades in communism. Literal Neolithic tribes have better social standards than these colonizer nations ever had in their history as national entities. Exactly. Like the First Nation tribes, right? The First Nation peoples, they had better social standards. They have better communities. You know, they have really advanced communities. They were living in, some of them were even living in like proto-communist societies, you know? Literally. Like Maslow, you know, like I think I mentioned it before, Maslow guy. he wrote, he created not invented, but like he developed the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? The Abraham Maslow, basically. He observed the Blackfoot tribe, and that's where he based his Maslow hierarchy of needs in the first place. And at the time, he mentioned he fucking hated the white people around he fucking hated the settlers. He called them creeps and bastards, So even back then, these motherfuckers are cruel, Through primal communism, and there are many evidences that ancient humans preferred to negotiate and barter rather. Exactly. There were famous debates even at the time of the Spanish conquista. Bartolome de las Casas rightly argued against genocide, even though he was paternalistic and condescending. Yeah. So, like I said, we should not. We should still condemn them. Even at the time, their contemporaries were like, ew, So no. Fuck those guys. Fuck colonizers forever, okay? Forever and ever. We do not make apologia for them. Ever. I said I can't judge him personally. You're free to judge whoever as it is your opinion. But you were refuting as if like you were mentioning the other colonizers like Ferdinand Magellan, like, oh yeah. And of course, like, we had to bring it up because you were like, oh, do these guys have something to blame to? Oh, of course they have a lot of things to blame on them. What the fuck? You mentioned it. You brought it up. That's why. What do you mean you can't judge them? So are you saying you can't judge Hitler personally? Are you saying that with that logic you can't are you saying that you also can't judge Hitler personally? What is that logic, man? Come on. We remember them because they were the worst. How many are forgotten because they refuse to commit these crimes against humanity, because they refuse to engage in primitive accumulation? Exactly. I think the answer is that it was just way more space and resource back then, so people didn't have to fight each other. I doubt it. Loan sharks implied that not only interest is involved, but they are levied in an extremely predatory manner. You can loan money out to a friend. That does not make you a loan shark. That is true. When we go around giving out loans so you can steal in the name of interest, that does make you a loan shark. Exactly. We still have enough resources for everyone. Come on, man. We don't have a scarcity issue. We have a redistribution problem. I beg you, read Columbus' diary. I can't even paste it here because it breaks the TOS. Yeah, exactly. I said that in the chat. Have you ever read Columbus's diary? Oh my fucking god, read it. He is especially cruel. Hello everyone, just got back from cinemas. Didn't know there's gonna be a stream today. We just finished watching the Soviet film, a Soviet cartoon rather, Treasure Island. All right, markets have to enforce scarcity to function at all. Resources or lack thereof is irrelevant. Even with infinity resources, capitalism needs have-nots. Yeah. It creates, contrived false scarcity. I was worried when I first tuned in that I wouldn't get the normal anti-capitalists fighting each other experience here, but the Columbus song saved the yeah. Man, what the fuck? I thought we were gonna have a peaceful day today. If past evils are downplayed as normal for the time, I think it has the effect of softening the utter urgency to get away from the horrific moral standards and geopolitical power structures that led to such evils occurring in the first place. Said I miss Treasure Island. I have to give it a watch in my own time. All right, Aura. I say that back in school, we were taught that those people were travelers and explorers. And no, yeah, that's what you were taught, and now we know better. You know better now. Like, I don't give a fuck what your teachers told you. What we know now about them is, I thought you're a Marxist. I thought you would make your decisions based on new information, not what you were just taught back when you were a kid. Of course, I don't think your teachers would be like, when you were a child, I don't think that they would be like, oh, so, Columbus said this about the fucking, said this about the tribes, There may be gaps in my knowledge, so I apologize. Yes. So, I mean, it's fine. Now you know, though. Please, I implore you, please, comrade. Please read Columbus's diary. He's a very bad person. Like, it doesn't matter if it was like 500 years ago. He is and was a bad person, even to today's standards, even more so. Back then, even more so. He is a fucking psycho. I still can't believe that Columbus himself wrote upon encountering the native Taino people of the Caribbean that the natives were very welcoming and peaceful and thought of enslaving them. Exactly, right? He encountered a really welcoming and warm tribe, and his first instinct is enslaving them. And he was insulting them because they were so naive. Yeah, because you're a motherfucker. You're a motherfucking psycho, bitch. Yeah. That's your first instinct, enslaving people. Fuck. You're banned or something? No, I don't think so. No, you're Patrick. There was no markets back in the day. Education is an ever evolving thing. So read his diary and you will see what it's wrong to not judge him. Exactly. I beg you, what the hell? It's just that Mana seems to ignore me. What did I didn't see any of your shit, man. I only saw what you type about Mengele. And I saw Mengele in chat. I remember the Squad 731 and they were prosecuted. And I remember, if I can remember correctly, they were offered jobs in the US. What do you mean? I didn't ignore you. You were not typing anything. They were talking about Stone Age. Norm markets occasional better. Hitler was a crazy double standards prick. The fact the Japanese were grandfathered into his Aryan theory proves it's pure bullshit. If a guy can't even stay true to his own racism now, ain't no way anyone believes that. Exactly, right? Because how did we how did my forefathers grandfathered into his Aryan supremacy bullshit, into his Aryan supremacy category? I knew something is gonna it's not a truly it's not a truly a Soviet watch along without anyone arguing in the chat. At least we got through the movie first after we started arguing, so that's good. Okay, I didn't read much about him beside his travels back then, but if you say it was bad, perhaps. Yes. Please read up on what he did. I think it's really important that you see how cruel these colonizers are. I think, as a Marxist, we are also anti-imperialist, right? So as anti-imperialists, we need to recognize that, we need to acknowledge that these motherfuckers are scum of the earth. Teachers can be nuts. Our German teacher once blurted out that Stalin was worse than Hitler. Jesus Christ, Lenin weeps. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. It's almost 12. I guess my internet messed up. Poverty. My providers are... Yeah, same. Same for me, 1918 Commissar. I didn't see any of your chats at all. Arabs too. He found them useful for Arabia and Northern Africa. Yeah, right? Then our history teacher found out and gave that fool a dressing down. Fuck me. What the hell? I have to go for the stream. Bye, Del Ru. Thanks for dropping by. Hoping to hope the same experience as Winter Soldier. Instead, I got the most mid experience. What? No discussion while the goated show is on. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Do you have an invite? I didn't see your name on the list. I joined at the spicy time. Yeah, we all resolved that, Mana, I'm absolutely anti-imperialist about colonization, though. I wouldn't mind colonizing Mars in the modern sense of the word. I don't know. Like, as long as there's no indigenous creatures there, maybe. But that word is all so tainted in my mind, But I know what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to get at. I know that you would love to colonize Mars. Oh my god. There was nothing really anything necessary. Some people had and others didn't. They occasionally exchanged gifts. For example, Mediterranean seashells bracelet was found on a body buried in modern Czech Republic. Yes, Titler. Funny, most of the people who made great discoveries were not the best role models. It's true that the consciousness of the ruling class dominates society and the minds of individuals, making even great people so cruel. I know, right? Probably an ISP issue and more of a Twitch issue. My message sometimes randomly gets sent while everything else works, really. Yeah, it's not the same kind of colonization. Like the colonization that we know in context on planet Earth is not good. It is the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. Primitive accumulation is the worst thing ever that happened to the human race. Okay, so now we have to pay rent. Okay, now we have to pay rent because of primitive accumulation. Fuck our lives. My teachers were terrible, but my dean in university sometimes spent the whole lectures telling how illegal the dissolution of Soviet Union was. And how those people are criminals who deserve... Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's good that your dean said that. I was going to go back to my prior statement. Fuck the scarcity myth. Even if planet Earth is finite, is a finite thing with finite resources, what resources it does have don't simply vanish. Worse, they're converted into useless forms that take more energy to reprocess, like plastic. Add in space travel, something capitalism cannot sustainably pull off if the Earth's own atmosphere is any indicator. The limits are a lot closer to infinite than human can wrap their mind around. He was the most goated teacher. Yes, I agree. I agree that your dean is awesome. That's why I said I wouldn't mind it. Sorry if I wrote unclearly. This is all the translate. It's all right. It's all right. There's nothing really we need to get for living from globalist trade. This example doesn't even disprove my point. Good thing we won't find any indigenous people on Mars because of the lack of an atmosphere. I know, right? Mana, can I suggest a classic movie for the future? It's called Fascist on Mars. Wait, is that a Soviet one? Oh, it's an Italian movie. Okay, but is it socialist? All my homies hate primitive accumulation. They were indigenous. If there were indigenous, their NASA would probably get 100 times the funding. I know, right? If there was an atmosphere on Mars, damn, there's no proof it was a trade. All we know is that artifact was found where it couldn't have been found. It only shows that people exchange stuff. It's literally a proof of a market. Okay, let's have that talk in a different day. You guys are arguing about markets. There's no methodology here to settle the exactly. Like, what are we doing here? Some argue that all the films about alien invasion are just European projection of what happened when an advanced civilization meets a more inferior one. Yeah, we're not even like I don't know, we're still like, what level are we in the Kardashev scale? Level 1 or level 0? Are we level 0 in the Kardashev scale? We are so primitive. Oh, yeah, right? Level 0. Bro, we are so cooked. We're just level 0 in the Kardashev scale, and we are at the brink of extinction. Oh my fucking god, so embarrassing for the human race. What the fuck? Anyways, while recommending things to watch, we need to be careful about copyright strikes and shit. Yeah, I know. Like, that's why I'm watching Soviet stuff, because there's no copyright strikes with Soviet films. That's why I'm able to like watch it here, and I'm able to like upload the VOD because there's no copyright strikes for Soviet films. It's basically a low budget movie about fascists going on a task to colonize Mars, and they're so stupid they forget there's no oxygen to breathe, so they don't suffocate. Leftist infight, yeah. 0.7 at best. Okay, so round it down, it's 0. I miss Treasure. Yeah, you missed Treasure Island. You didn't miss the infighting chat though. Level 1 uses energy of the entire planet. Okay, we're not even halfway through. My god, the human race is so fucking cooked. Like, our fucking solar system, we can't even harness the power of our solar system, let alone our own planet. We can't even do that, let alone the entire fucking, oh my god. Primitive accumulation reminded me of privatization in Russia in the 90s. That shit should be reviewed, whatever the biggest talking heads of so-called Russian liberal opposition say. Of course, by Zulu. I love it when the doomer scientists talk about the great filter as if capitalism isn't the great filter. Yeah. Base public domain Soviets. I know, right? Imagine that Fermi paradox is explained by that all those civilizations went extinct before being able to leave their home world. I know. I think it's we are one of those. And do you think that, like, right, like, we're so primitive that other civilizations don't even bother to contact us because they're like, we're like ants to them. Like, our intelligence is like ants compared to them. So why would an advanced civilization want to communicate with ants? So we're cooked. We can't even solve our own social issues, let alone have contact with extraterrestrial civilizations. Like, what the fuck? On February 5th, I sent you the suggested message on VK about Dono on the Moon. Did you read it? VK is not always clear, so I haven't really checked yet, so I will check in a few, but I haven't checked the messages. And also sometimes the messages are hidden, so I don't know. It's so hard to navigate VK because there's always something hidden, and I discover it like sometimes like 6 months later. The fuck? Can you join my Discord instead? Join my Discord, please, so you can like give me recommendations. With like copyrighted works, you might want to do Discord streams for that instead. I think there's like a stage thing where you can just have everyone being unable to talk but yourself. Ah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, there's a stage, yeah. I mean, our species is that is true. It's a logarithmic scale, so 0.7 is indeed not really even halfway through. We don't even harness our planet's total energy, and here I am dreaming about building Dyson spheres. I don't know if it interests you, but I really recommend it. If it's very good and funny. Also, kind of reminds me of a certain motherfucker that wants to go on Mars. Yeah, I know that guy who did the nasty salute twice. It's just that the powers that be just don't want us. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. The silence on the SETI front is probably less that we're too primitive and more that they simply aren't there. My personal estimate is that proper spacefaring societies are rare, on the order of more than 1 billion light years or so. It's a good thing we are not so advanced that the Reapers would attack. There's also a very sinister assumption to Fermi paradox called dark forest hypothesis. It says that others don't contact anyone willingly because space is like a dark forest and you never know what beast will show up on your call. Okay, all right. I mean, yeah. What if we make contact with Cthulhu instead? Can you imagine our civilization will come in contact with a fucking eldritch, and then all the billionaires would just die. Like the eldritch is specifically like just gonna kill the billionaires. Imagine, that would be cool. I would love for us to meet like an eldritch terror specifically just for killing all the bad humans, the greedy humans. There's a decent number of holes in DFH, realistically, but it's a very nice concept for sci-fi writing. Let's be honest, the only way we might meet extraterrestrial life is the XCOM scenario. Let's just hope we won't. Would you contact Earth if you saw how barbaric we are? No, I would not. Like, if I see, like, what the fuck? They still have slavery? Hell the fuck nah. Steer away to a different galaxy. I wish Lil the Boer song would play in my head whenever I see something Musk related. Like the Mist movie. I mean, yes, we are sending EM signals only for around a century, and there are not much habitable stars in the 100 light years. Or the combined HL12, or just unending anal probes and exploding cattle for their science. What the fuck? If I saw an incomprehensible eldritch horror, I'd simply comprehend it. My toxic trait is that I believe in society. Any society capable of intergalactic space flight has to be communist. That is not a toxic trait. I think you're so incredibly optimistic. I could comprehend Cthulhu through the invincible science of Marxism. Can you imagine, like, having a Marxist analysis on eldritch creatures? Or imagine we colonize Mars, dig under its surface for resources, and find an ancient tomb with Egyptian-like symbols. I know, right? That would be really freaky. There are conspiracy theories, though, that ancient Egyptians were like Martians. I saw it from like that guy's like the guy who's like, whoa, that documentary guy from History Channel. New here, Banana Hedge. Yes. Hello, Doctor Strange. It's beginning of the plot of either Doom or Warhammer 4. Yeah. Remember Stalin sank the prison ship Indigirka as a sacrifice to Cthulhu. Countless liberals won't lie, right? So we must be safe from Cthulhu. Not just that. There was a spacefaring society that developed on the absolute opposite edge of the galaxy exactly 1 million years ago. An eye blink in cosmic timescales, they'd only need to travel 10% light speed to have colonized the entire galaxy, making those 100 light years. Oh, light years. Okay. 100 light years of stars, not even visible, assuming they did something like Dyson the stars or disassembling them to feed into efficient fusion reactors. So you guys are really into this. I'm fascinated by your imaginations. People in the USSR believe that too, actually. Dialectical materialist analysis of eldritch horrors is my specialty. Okay. Born too late to be with like-minded people, born just in time to be born in a fascist shithole. I know, right? Man, the fuck? I hate this timeline. I fucking hate this timeline. Why can't we have, like, I wish I was born at the time where the Soviet Union was still there, you know? And I still have hope. Fuck. Conspiracies that Egyptians couldn't build the pyramids is thinly veiled racism. That is just Orientalism. Time for me to sleep. I got work. Good night, Tora. The emergence of life on the planet is associated with many factors that we have not even fully explored yet. Because of this, the probability of the origin of life is compared with the probability that a passing hurricane will assemble a fully functioning aircraft from a multitude of decomposed parts. And now imagine the probability that such a life will also develop to the level of space travel. Yeah. Thanks for the pirate movie / cartoon. We all might be Martians or Venusians. I know, right? No, Comrade Mana, no conspiracy. I was referring to the Necrons. You know what happens to worlds where archaeologists discover such tombs? I don't know what Necrons are. Are you talking about Warhammer 4? Mana 80s inspired Soviet wave when. I know, right? I kind of want to do something like that into this. This is my autistic special interest. Hell yeah, let's go. I fucking love hard futurism and the engineering project possible in space. Fuck FTL, give me an O'Neill cylinder. No, may USSR rest in peace. I know. I've heard the theory that the universe was too harsh a place for advanced civilizations to have enough time to develop. When they still had hope, like pre-Stalin. What do you mean pre-Stalin? Pre-Stalin. It's another category in competitions of morons to argue that people couldn't build pyramids, to be honest. Damn, my tisms are weak in comparison. I need to step my... Yeah, you need to step your game up. You're competing against the the best, the spiciest of the neuros, you know? The neuro spicies. We got a Zaris in the chat. You can't be kidding, right? You can't be kidding that you think that they had hope before Stalin. Man, okay. I guess. Most often, people in the USSR are upset by the end of space exploration. In my region, there were the most powerful mirror and radio telescopes of their time. My alarm didn't sound. It's okay, Zetter. You missed a you missed a whole lot though. I mean, from the October Revolution to the 1930s. That was a turbulent time too, though. What do you mean? That does sound like enough time to already have some infrastructure in place if they existed. Please read Losurdo's work on Stalin. Necrons from Warhammer 40K. 60 million years. 60 million year old immortal machine mummies who went to slumber and wake up when disturbed. Nothing good happened to such worlds. Yeah, okay. Literally get off my lawn, but robots. Okay, I don't know if I would ever play that game, but you seem to really love that game a lot. The USSR had a lot of problems throughout its existence, but they were still solvable until Gorbachev and Yeltsin. There was no going back after that. Thank you for the company, man. I have a good night. Yeah, all right, guys. Let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for being on the stream and watching Treasure Island and arguing in the chat. As usual, it wouldn't be a Soviet watch-along if there's no one arguing in the chat. So I think it's a thing now in and of itself. Imagine waking up in your apartment to find it infested with cockroaches. Man, I just got here. Time zone difference is crazy. It's okay, Nick. Hello, though. At least you got the tail end of the stream. I like 40K for the sense of sheer scale it offers, but the rest of the setting I could forget about easily. I do think it's amusing that all FTL users go to hell where they belong, however. Alright, thank you, everyone. I'm gonna prepare my spiciest steaks for the next... Okay, alright, good. Be prepared, come prepared. The song... I can't read that in Russian and become more sad and hopeful. Okay, thank you for the chat and for the stream. Thank you, chat, and for... thank you and chat for the stream. Bye, everyone! Let's see if we can raid someone. Okay, let's find our comrade that we can raid. Let me see... Oh, we can raid Dave Legend again because we're streaming at the same time again. Raid. Wait a minute. It's so difficult to type their name. Hold on. Okay. All right, hold on. Hold on, Imps. All right. Okay, I will see you this weekend, this Sunday, for another Parenti lecture watch along. Okay, so let's watch that classic yellow Parenti lecture together. Okay, and we're gonna argue again in the chat. Hell yeah! All right, motherfuckers. Later. See you soon.